do what thou wilt. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of 7 Minutes with the Magus, featuring your host, Omega Logion, Magus of the Eon of Maat, and also my cats. In this episode, we are going to investigate the next holy book that I received 1 year and 1 day after I accepted the grade of Magus. I channeled, via my holy guardian angel, a book called Liber Concluded. This book begins, "The wheel of Dharma hath 7 spokes, and the axle is Samadhi." Now, if you're familiar with the symbolism of the wheel of Dharma, or the wheel of duty, or universal order, it normally has 8 spokes. Sometimes it has 12 or 24 spokes, but usually it has 8 spokes. And when it does, they symbolize the Noble Eightfold Path of Buddhism. The Eightfold Path of the Nobles is a series of characteristics or actions that are taken by a devout Buddhist seeking their enlightenment. It is sort of how a righteous Buddhist would behave and carry themselves in their life. The Noble Eightfold Path is derived from the 4 Noble Truths. These are the truths that were conveyed by Gautama Siddhartha in his first sermon after he achieved his enlightenment. And the 4th of those truths refers to the Noble Eightfold Path. The first noble truth is this: existence is suffering. Now let's take a step back for a second. In the Book of the Law, chapter 3, Rahur Kuit, in the form of a hawk, says, "With my claws I tear out the flesh of the Indian and Buddhist, the Mongol and Din." He's attacking the 4 major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Chinese religion, and Judaism. And elsewhere in the Book of the Law, it says, existence is pure joy. This directly refutes the main premise of Buddhism. In fact, Crowley was horrified when he wrote that down and didn't want to accept the Book of the Law at first because he was a devout Buddhist. Eventually, he came around to realize that, yes, there is suffering, but that's not all there is. There's also joy. So let's look at those 4 noble truths. They are: existence is suffering. Suffering is caused by desire and attachment. The desire and attachment can be ended. And the way to end desire and attachment is through the Noble Eightfold Path. We in Thelema take a totally different approach. We think that desire is good and it can lead to joy. And beyond joy, we can reach ecstasy, going outside ourselves to our greater self. And we do that through dissolution of our smaller self and acceptance of our higher self. And we can get there if we follow the law of Thelema. So, what Liber Concluded is telling us is that we need to take another view of the Eightfold Path and centralize Samadhi, which is the 8th part of the Eightfold Path, and make it the axle of all other 7, so that they all feed into it and hinge upon it. So I propose that we redefine the Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path in terms of a Thelemic worldview in the new eon. So I'm going to go through those truths and through those paths, and I'm going to give you a verse from our holy books that distills each of them so that we can redefine them for the adepts of the Eon of Maat. So let's begin. The first nobler truth is that existence is pure joy. The second nobler truth is lust enjoy all things of sense and rapture. The third nobler truth is tears of joy are the universal solvent. They are the means of dissolution. And the fourth nobler truth is the wheel of Dharma hath 7 spokes, and the axle is samadhi. Now, the nobler sevenfold path looks like this. Right view, understand Ma, undertake many journeys that are all one journey. Right intention, love is the law. Right speech, thou hast no right but to speak the truth. Right action, do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Right livelihood, work with joy and pure graciousness. Right effort, keep separate the elements of discord, keep integral everything else. And right mindfulness, heal thyself when thou knowest thyself. Now, the last of these is the hub and the axle of all of them that ties them all together, and that is samadhi. And samadhi is this state of very deep concentration and meditation. Later in Liber Concluded, it defines what samadhi is. And it says, when samadhi is reached, there is constant communication. There is no end or beginning of the ritual. It is all one continuous flow of the chariot, moving through dimensionless space and time. And we're out of time in this episode. I hope you'll join me for future ones. But until then, remember, right intention, love is the law.